Belly Up Sports presents the 3rd and 10 podcast, your home for all things New York football giants. Here are your hosts, Nathan Nguyen and Brian Germanaro. Take it away, fellas.
Well, what a start to a Tuesday morning, in the West Coast, a Tuesday afternoon in the East Coast. The Denver Broncos, after not doing a single thing this offseason, maybe making one signing or two,
definitely,
right?
Yeah, they definitely made that.
Yeah, they made some. They did maybe a few little things, but all of a sudden, they just decided one morning to just pull off a trade for JAYLEN WADDLE. Like, okay, I guess. Welcome, Broncos, to the offseason. But yeah, what a trade to start the episode today, as we welcome you guys again to another episode of the 3rd and 10 podcast. Season 3, episode 85 is now live. I'm your host, Nathan Nguyen, joined always by my guy, Brian Germanaro. Brian, good to see you, my friend. How are you? As
we are
3rd and 10 podcast.
Oh, we're repeating.
I know, right? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm doing great. It's the best sports week of the year. Like,
it is.
You know, we have March Madness coming up, so we're going to have wall-to-wall action of college basketball from Thursday to Sunday. So how can you not love that? And as an appetizer tonight, we have the WBC finals between the U.S. and Venezuela. Like, how much better does it get to be a sports fan than right now?
I'm right. Every sport is going on except football, which is fine. Well,
you got football's going on too because you have all the off-season moves. It's all the fun part of all the speculation and stuff.
That's true. No sports being left out at this point in time. The NBA is going on as well. Shout out to my Lakers. Great dub yesterday, boys.
Rangers suck, so but it's whatever.
It's okay. The Sharks suck over here too. Oh no, we were pretty good, I think.
No, you're good. You guys are good, and at the very least, you're an up and coming team. Like, you may not win this year, but you'll be at least exciting.
Hey, Celebrin's a hell of a player, man. I tell you.
You're point out of a wild card spot right now. So you'll probably be a buyer at the deadline and then hopefully make it, but if not, be a strong contender next year to make it.
Yes. A playoff game at the SAP Center. Might have to go to that one in San Jose. But yeah, it's a big sports week. Like you mentioned, NBA, March Madness, WBC tonight. We all agree that was a ball. But we'll
two things can be true. It was a ball, but also if the DR maybe I don't know, didn't go 2 for 9 with runners in scoring position, leave 7 guys on base. Maybe that would have helped you guys out too. So don't put all your problems on the umpire. Maybe, I don't know, if you're the greatest offense we've ever seen and scored 50 runs and had its great, stat line in the tournament, maybe score some runs. I wrote a whole article about it for Blitz Sports. Go check it out on why the call does not matter.
Okay. Honestly, it was just great, framing as well by Will Smith.
Oh, yeah.
So, shout out to him. But yeah, U.S. moving on, taking on Venezuela tonight.
And that umpire also was calling balls low all game. So why Perdomo was not expecting that if that ball's low, I got to attack is beyond me.
Yeah.
I was told in Little League, if you know the ump is going to call low, anything close, you're swinging.
Exactly. So you might as well just, again, it was a close game, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, the U.S. only scored 2 runs on 2 solos by Henderson. I forgot the other one was by Anthony. So shout out to the boys.
I should have had one, but I mean, Julio Rodriguez was unbelievable.
I was outstanding grab and center by Julio, man. He's amazing. I look forward to see what he can do for the Mariners once again this year.
Mm-hmm. Someone asked you a good question. How many future Hall of Famers played in that game on Sunday night?
That is a great question. More than 5 for sure.
Oh, way more. Yeah.
More than 5.
The better question was it half the rosters? Because think about it, just Team USA, Harper, Judge, Schwarber's probably making a decent case for the Hall of Fame one day. Bobby Witt, if all things continue, is going to be a Hall of Famer one day. Paul Skeens, if all things continue, is going to be a Hall of Famer one day. Mason Miller probably finds his way to the Hall if it continues. Then we go DR side. Soto, Machado. Tatis is not there yet.
Eventually.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of work to do to rebuild his image because I think he's taking a big image hit with the motorcycle accident and the PED suspension, that's all going to come back and bite him. But he can definitely make it. Rodriguez is a similar thing. I think he has a Hall of Fame track, but needs to rebuild his legacy a little bit. But yeah, we'll count off. We have at least like 8 Hall of Famers right there.
A decent amount of guys that are gonna, put themselves into Cooperstown for sure. That just speaks to the amount of talent that's in the in baseball right now. So, and for them to be playing for their country and showing out, making plays like Julio did, or hitting clutch home runs like Anthony did for the U.S. It just goes to show that like baseball's they're in a good spot right now.
Oh yeah.
And give all the
I
credit
figure
to
out this labor stoppage because it cannot happen.
Nope, no sir. I mean, look, I get it. People always say the Dodgers are ruining baseball, and to be honest, I sort of agree.
It's both,
because
it's both. It's the Dodgers are ruining baseball and the Pirates are ruining baseball at the same time for not spending money and treating it like a checkbook. The A's are ruining baseball for the same reason.
Yeah, I'm right. Like, bro, the owners have control in regards to spending money. So it's like the Dodgers are more than willing to do whatever it takes to win. Meanwhile, the A's spend little to none on free agents in terms of re-signing their own guys. They're completely on board with it because that seems like the only offseason moves they made are re-signing their own guys or extending their
guys.
The
cheap. They're copying the Atlanta Braves model. Sign your young guys to cheap, controllable deals now, so you don't have to pay them later.
Yeah,
Darnell Mooney Jr. is on one of the most team-friendly deals in baseball.
Yeah, and he's a talented young man.
Yeah, Ronald Acuna Jr. hit the open market now. He's making close to $400 to $500 million. Oh
yeah,
easily.
Someone's paying him. Paying him, no doubt.
You could make the argument you probably get closer to like DeSoto and Tucker and Ohtani money had he not blown out his ACL twice.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It just sucks those injuries happen to him.
Yeah, the injuries happen, so like it's going to take away from his the upside a little bit.
Yeah. By the way, hell of a WBC by Juan Soto, man. He played great all tournament long. Just sucked that the run ended for him, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out. But as we shift towards the NFL, we have a lot of NFL to talk about today, my friend. Whether it's the Jaylen Waddle trade, we have our boy signing another wide receiver, a more likely wide receiver number 2 compared to what
in the traditional sense of like the outside guy. Yes.
Yeah. Compared to Calvin Austin, who we signed last week.
Yeah.
Or early last week, I should say. We will talk about.
I think it was like the same day. Like it was like 2 days. Like I think Austin was Tuesday night. I think Austin was like Monday night. We recorded Tuesday morning, and then Mooney was that night.
Actually, no, Mooney was I think it was Friday night, if I'm not mistaken.
Friday night, maybe it's Wednesday, Thursday,
Friday night, Saturday, one or the other. Yeah. So we'll talk about that though. Justin Fields finding a new home. We'll talk about that as well, and then we'll end the show with March Madness, and I'll turn it to you, of course, for the WBC to give your thoughts on the final tonight and predictions, as well as Venezuela took care of business against Italy, who has had a hell of a tournament.
Italy had a great tournament. It's a great tournament for Italy. It's going to be one of the great stories we talk about.
Oh, yeah. But another good story, of course, is or exciting story to discuss is Jaylen Waddle, as the Dolphins continue to tear down a team, literally. Tyreek's gone, Tua's gone, and now Jaylen Waddle is gone as they move on.
That high-power offense is gone. That once was the best offense, 3-4 years ago. Best offense in the league.
Disassembled, however you want to call it, they're gone. He's heading to Denver as the Broncos will be sending Miami a first-round pick, 30th overall to be exact, as well as a 2026 third and 2026 fourth rounder. In what's it called? The Broncos also receive not just Waddle but also a fourth-round pick as well. So basically, pick swaps. As we know, Waddle was selected 6th overall in the 2021 NFL Draft. Had 3 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons to start his career, but unfortunately has struggled these past couple seasons to reach that mark. But not to say he's struggled these past couple of seasons. He almost had 1,000 yards last year with 910, along with 6 touchdowns.
The carousel quarterback.
Oh yeah, whether it was Tua or Quinn Ewers' bum self. it was tough to be a receiver over there in Miami, and Tyreek Hill could speak to that as well. Before he went down with that injury, but it just the, the Dolphins are going to look completely different this upcoming season. They have a new GM obviously now, a new head coach and Jeff Hafley, and it looks like they may be possibly a run heavy team with Malik Willis back there who can run the ball. Devon Achane back there as well. The receivers, I can't think of a single Miami receiver right now off the top of my head. Because they're all gone. Basically, with Hill.
Yeah, they're gonna have to reload that wide receiver room. Yeah.
So they will be
drafting a receiver.
Turning towards the draft, maybe signing some veteran wideout for cheap. But definitely.
I mean, a great veteran leader you can have right here is this guy named Darius Slayton. Well, we'll give you for nothing.
Oh yeah, for sure. All we're asking is for maybe like a six round pick.
You could give us a bag of fresh flip game balls for week 2 matchups. Like, cool, done.
Or just give us free soda. You know what I'm saying?
Free soda would be great too. Yeah. Stocker vending machine.
For the next 2 years, Billy Bean did at Moneyball. Honestly, good trade package that Miami got back in exchange for this young wide receiver. But for Denver, man, this is big. I mean, you were 14-3 last year. You had a receiving core of Cortland Sutton. Wow. Now who was the other Denver receiver that was really
Troy
good?
Franklin was in there.
Troy Franklin, yes, he was solid. Of course, we know about his connection with the Bo Nix back in college at Oregon. And you bring in now a guy who's an established guy, who's a dangerous deep threat down the field, in Waddle, and who's to argue this Denver offense can't be even more, potent next year.
And what was Denver's biggest problem was Bo Nix and offensive inability, like the struggles on offense, because they have games that look really good and they have games that they go ice cold, and that's always like, all right, how far can this team go? Their defense is great, but the offense is so hit or miss. You bring in a guy like Waddle, that hit or miss is out the window.
Oh yeah. He changes the offense completely, no doubt about it, with his speed. And so, expect a lot more deep plays over there in Denver once the season begins. But I love it for Denver. I do. As the Giants fans, we did want Waddle, but to give away that much, I'm good. I'm happy with what we got over here with our guys. But for Denver, man, I mean, to not make any offseason moves, or any major offseason moves, and all of a sudden pull off this.
Well, I think this is why. This is probably why they didn't make any offseason moves. They were trying to build, because the rumor was they were talking about this since at least last season. So this has been something brewing for a while, and they finally were able to get it done today.
Yeah, you don't pull up this deal for just any player. Like, if you really believe that this player can change your offense or change your team, you do that. And for Denver, they have that belief in Waddle, who's still young. Again,
this is Waddle's opportunity to be the wide receiver one, which he's never been in his career.
That is true.
Kind of behind, right? He was always behind Tyreek.
Oh yeah,
maybe his rookie year he wasn't, but for the vast majority of his career, he's always been the second fiddle to Tyreek Hill. Now he's got Cortland Sutton, so he's gonna have a nice,
it's a good 1-2 punch.
It's a great 1-2 punch. It's a nice safety blanket for him. If he doesn't have to do it all, and defenses will have to still not put all their coverage on him, but he's going to be able to prove himself. I can control an offense. I am one of the best receivers in this game.
Yeah, because you could argue in Denver these past few seasons, Cortland Sutton has always been the number one guy, and defenders are usually just put their attention towards him and force Denver to look towards someone else. And that's why Troy Franklin had the season he did last year, because teams were just so focused on Cortland Sutton, because he's a really good receiver himself.
He's a good receiver, but he's not a wide receiver one. If we're gonna go fancy terms, he's a fringe wide receiver one, very good wide receiver two. That is what I've always thought of Cortland Sutton. Now there's still a question. It's all right, Jalen Waddle is your one, and so can go back to that wide receiver two role, which will fit him better, which will give him a better season.
Exactly. So a lot more attention will be put towards Waddle, and then less more opportunities for Sutton to get some receptions. So great move. Look, I mean, for Miami, the package you got back, that's pretty decent in its own right.
Oh yeah.
But clear winner of the trade is Denver for sure. You give up that much you give up what you did for that type of guy. I have no problem whatsoever.
I think it's a win-win. If we're being honest,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
the Broncos win because it's their win now team. Like what they have. Okay, they had the 28th. No, I'm sorry, the 30th overall
Yes.
pick, 29th
Mhm.
overall pick, somewhere around there.
Yeah. That's
So
fine. Like, yeah.
it's fine, but it's an early second round. It does not have the same impact that a player like Jaden Waddle was going to give you.
Yeah, because it
And
really
if you're
arguably,
Miami,
yeah.
you now have 2 first-round picks to start rebuilding this roster and finding those core pieces to your next championship window.
The likelihood of getting a superstar playmaker at pick 30 is kind of unlikely compared to, Waddle. I'm not saying, Waddle's a superstar, but he's a guy that can be impactful for you. That's an established weapon as well. So, you don't have to wait for him to develop and whatnot. But for Miami, I mean, if he falls that far, I'm just thinking kind of ahead for them. If he falls that far into the draft, maybe Mekhi Lemon is a guy you draft at 30th overall to kind of rebuild that receiving core again. But again, bunch of talented receivers that we'll talk about eventually in the draft as we approached.
That's the best part is this is such a talented wide receiver draft. They could wait on wide receiver and get someone really good.
Right. You're damn right. So we'll see what happens over there. But the rebuild is beginning in Miami, and Jeff Hafley will have all the time in the world, it seems like, to get his team back on track, because it's not going to be next year, the year after, but possibly maybe in 2028, 2029, they'll be ready to contend again.
Depends on how his rebuild goes. Depends on how Malik Willis plays.
Yeah, damn right. That and just supporting cast around him, because right now it looks really bleak right now.
Yeah.
I think their best pass catcher is Darren Waller, if he's still on the team.
Waller retired again.
Maybe he needs to go back and make music. Who knows?
No more music. No more music.
Come on.
No,
his music wasn't that bad, my friend.
Me and my friend laughed for 45 minutes about it.
What's the song?
The first song. I don't even remember. We were literally waiting to go to a Kenny Chesney concert. We're sitting in the hotel room, and we just played it on repeat, and we're just crying. We were laughing so hard.
What song was it? Who knows? No, who cares?
I don't even know.
Who knows?
It was so bad.
To me, it was good. Whatever. I feel like I hope we're talking about the same song. I assume
don't know
we
what
are.
Song we're talking
it
about,
wasn't
but
the music video.
I just remember laughing way too hard at this thing.
Did you watch the music video that was associated?
Of course, I watched the music video that went wrong with it. I think that's what made us laugh harder.
I think that was the one that I saw the humor in that, because he tried playing dead in the sand, but like he was blinking.
Yeah, it was bad.
If you play dead, you can't.
I'm like, I was out there. I'm like, this is why he's not calling the Giants back. Is this like what is Joe Shane thinking right now watching this? This is back where I thought Joe Shane was actually like competent, and Brian Dable were competent, like a competent duo together, run this organization. I'm like, they're watching. I'm like, what could possibly be going through their minds watching this video?
Why did we sign this guy?
I would love to be a fly on the wall in that room. Like, what?
We should have touched him with a 10-foot pole.
Hey! Like the intern walks in, like, hey, Joe, Brian, you're not gonna believe this, but we got news on Darren Waller. Oh, did he announce like what he's gonna do next year? No, he did,
but
something else. Did he get arrested?
Here.
No. Oh, thank God. Well, I think you'd rather him just get arrested.
He might as well have, and then he shows the video. Yeah, he's not getting no PT. But
okay, this guy's not coming back, is he?
No, sir, he is not. But a guy who is coming to New York is our Darnell Mooney, signing a 1-year deal up to $10 million. My favorite part of this move was not that we signed him or that we have ourselves a wide receiver 2 now, but the fact that he said he had a chance to go to Philly because Philly offered him, and he said no to join us.
Wants to play with a real quarterback.
Yeah. Eagles fans are gonna kill us. But no, I mean, am I arguing about it against that? No. Because I agree. No, but it's good to know that a guy wants to come here instead of going over to that toxic environment that is the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's passion. Passion doesn't involve throwing up on a little girl or harassing and berating every single opposing fan ever.
That's a new one. Never heard of that.
You heard that one?
No, sir. The
You know,
first
at a
one, no.
Sixers game years ago. The guy was cursing and he was drunk, and the guy's like, "Dude, can you stop cursing? Like my daughter's here," and he pulled trig. I've told this story on this show before.
This is news to me now. I apologize for forgetting. But wow, this is that's nasty.
Like I said,
okay.
Why does
Philly.
Brian hate the city of Philadelphia? Oh, okay.
It makes sense now.
It really good reason.
It really makes sense. No,
every team, every fan base has fans like those. Yeah, but why is it every single season there's a news story about your fan base?
Why specifically you guys?
Yeah.
You know? But no,
in every single sport too. It's not just football. It's across the sports.
Yeah. I think for specifically football, I feel like
they're the worst for football, yeah.
Just no one wants to be there anymore.
No.
Because if you think about it, there hasn't been a major free agent signing that they've made where it's like, okay, that makes
the only guy getting close.
Who?
The corner. What's his name?
Right. Oh, Woolen. Yes.
Yeah, Woolen.
Yeah. But other than that, it's just like, coaches have left, or assistant coaches to be exact. Players have, left. Jalen Phillips going to, Carolina instead of staying in Philly, where I personally, I thought he was going to stay in Philly, but I guess they didn't want to. Either they offered him and he rejected it or whatever the case may be. But who cares? Darnell Mooney said, yeah, screw you guys. I'm going to Big Blue. So we love that.
I mean, that's just really up to in my book. I did not hear that.
Yeah, well, there you go. Our new favorite receiver outside of Malik Neighbors. This move, it matters a lot for this Giants offense. It gives, Jaxson Dart another proven, experienced wide receiver target as this team just continues to reshape their offense for 2026. Mooney's been known for being a speed/yard after catch type of guy who can stretch the field, which is great. We signed another guy of that caliber in Calvin Austin, the third earlier last week. So we're slowly rebuilding this receipt. Not rebuilding, but rather,
we're just bringing in established veterans to catch football.
Yeah,
and I know Mooney's got some drop problems. He had it throughout his career, but
yes,
hopefully don't rear their ugly heads as bad as Slayton's problems do. But we're not surrounding Dart with question marks anymore. It's like, no, this is an experienced NFL vet. He knows the ropes. He's going to, give us some production. We're not throwing out Richie James or Isaiah Hodgins for our young, up-and-coming quarterback. It's like, no, we're going to go get vet guys. They may not be like the sexiest names or, jump off the paper, but, they can get the job done.
Yeah. I was, for some reason, the other night, I was having dinner and I decided to pull up the Panthers-Giants game from 2022. So when you mentioned Richie James, I was like, oh, yeah, because I just never in a million years would I have thought that in 2022, Richie James would be our best wide receiver because we did have Sterling Shepard out there as well. We did have, and we did have Slayton at the time as well, too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we did.
Slayton's.
Yeah.
Slayton and Jones came to the league the same time.
Yeah, so it's just like, out of all people, a guy who was supposed to come in and be this core special team guy / depth piece was our number one receiver, and then Hodgins came up, later in the year. But yeah, always thankful for you, Richie James. I hope you're doing great wherever you're at right now. Low-key miss you over here in Big Blue because you were actually productive.
Right, but like if Richie James is being productive, is more just like how it just shows how sad the Giants wide receiver room was. And this is not a shot at Richie James. It's just that like you shouldn't be the most productive Giants receiver.
Yeah, you don't think of him as the number one guy.
You think of him as number 4 guy.
Yeah,
he's a 4 at best.
It spoke volumes to how kind of untalented that receiving core is.
Yes.
At that time. I think David Sills was a guy who, it was to the point where some random tight end named Tanner Hudson was catching passes for us because he was the guy that I saw during the highlights of that video as well.
I don't even remember who Tanner Hudson is.
I I think most Giants fans would say that. For me, I just remember him from that game specifically, so I'm no better than you, to be honest. But I was thinking about this. I know I mentioned Moneyball just now, in regards to the soda machine reference, but I was thinking about this last night when I was making my notes for the show. Uh, as we know, Wandale Robinson, right, being paid 19.5 million per year, pretty freaking insane. So in a way, the Giants are rebuilding the receiving core the way the A's rebuilt their roster, when they lost those guys. Basically the Moneyball movie. So for those who don't know, the A's lost a few star players during the 2000 and what season was it? 2002, right?
It was after,
It was after they made the
it was after I think it's after the 01 season. I believe it's the 2002-2003 season.
Yeah, when they got eliminated by the Yankees, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably got eliminated by the Yankees a lot during that time.
Yeah,
doesn't narrow it down.
It's like, what year was it?
I'm gonna say it's no, actually, I think it is 02 because I think Art Howe coached the Mets in 03. So I think it's 02.
Okay, so I may be spot on there. So it basically it was clear that Giants were gonna spend that much money on receivers. So what did we do? We basically replaced
02.
02?
Yeah,
cool. Like we weren't gonna pay Wanda that amount of money. So what we did was we replaced him through the aggregate in a way, right? I mean, we brought in Isaiah Likely for 13.3 million per year, Calvin Austin for 1.5 million for 1 year, and then Mooney up to 10 million for 1 year with incentives. So that's low key Moneyball type of stuff. That's really the first thing that came to mind when I saw the.
It is Moneyball kind of stuff. It's just kind of also like you brought it up on the show last week about like the Ravens model of you had like the big receiving threat, with Dave Flowers and the Ravens, and then a bunch of not like great guys, but like solid contributors. I think we're doing the same thing in New York. Like we said, like no one's gonna call Mooney or Austin or Hodges like this great wide receiver too, but they're very solid in those roles.
Yes, sir. They're great complementary pieces. There are guys that you don't want to, if they're your number one for
you're in trouble
Sunday. Yeah, that's kind of scary. But as nice complementary pieces that can catch the football when needed, sure. Well, Mooney, that's kind of a question mark because of his drops, but we'll get there eventually. But it's clear the theme of this receiving core, right, is speed kills, which I love. Me, I fully believe in that. But also, like with Mooney, he's experienced, has had quite an up and down career in the NFL. To let's be honest, we know about his 1,000-yard season back in 2021, his second season in the league. Fun fact, he has a connection with Matt Nagy because Nagy was his coach at that time in Chicago. But outside of that year, I know, right? Outside of that year in the 2024 season where he also had 1,000 yards, it's been a subpar.
He's hit or miss. But like, if you're gonna go off his hit or miss, this is a hit year, so he's gonna have a big year.
Yeah, see, true.
It's like every other year.
Yeah, because his last year he only had 443 yards, a touchdown on 32 catches over 15 games. So he did play for most of the year, but he dealt with a broken collarbone, a hamstring injury. Like it was a unfortunate season for him last year. Plus,
Williams just never had built that chemistry that they thought they would.
Yeah, it was just that the quarterbacks that he had to work with in Chicago, whether it was Justin Fields to start his career, or if it was Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins in Atlanta, it's tough for sure for him. But like you mentioned, he had a down year last year, so that means a bounce back year this year. And why not with the Giants with Jaxson Dart under center? Mooney is a bit taller than Robinson at 5'11", speedy, nifty route runner, has had a 12 on average has a 12.3 yards distance of target and 1,360 yards after the catch. So that shows he's a solid intermediate type of receiver and can create separation no matter who is under center, which is good for Dart and the boys. But again, the drops last year are what scares a lot of Giants fans at this point in time. He had 6 last year and was 2 for 10 in terms of contested catches, which was second worst in the league last year. So
I think
that's
we're all
the
just
only
nervous
thing.
because of Darius Slayton. Like,
I know.
we signed him with job concerns, and like it reared its ugly head in a big way. Like and rightfully so. With every right, I think we just can't let him be like our deciding factor on every receiver with drop problems.
Yeah. Like, does he give us PTSD? Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, it's like Mooney, I feel like we can obviously trust Mooney more than Slayton at this point in time, who honestly has fell from receiver 2 to start the offseason all the way to number 4.
I mean,
Because I
Darius
would
Slayton
put Austin.
might be a cut candidate soon, depending on what we do in this draft.
Oh yeah, if we get a if we decide to go with Darnell Tate, oh man, that's amazing.
We start with Darnell Tate, or even if we get like a Malachi Fields late in the draft, like I don't
wouldn't
know.
be bad. Yeah, I know you are on board with the Malachi Fields stuff. I know.
Yeah, Malachi Fields, or like a Skylar Bell from UConn is a guy I really like too. Like,
we get him. He's really good. He was outstanding last year. I think he was among the leaders in receiving yards for in college football last year.
I think he was top 5 in the nation in catches, touchdowns, and receiving yards.
Freaking insane, and he's only at most going as high as the second round,
second or third round. I think he's like a 3rd round guy. Which we don't have a 3rd round pick, but hey, maybe we trade up again, or maybe we package Slayton for a late 3rd.
If we can even get that, which will be tough. I was and so with the Mooney sign, I think we both like it. Unless you have any other thoughts about it, I wanted to because I don't think we talked too much about Calvin Austin last week, but I did want to bring this up with you if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, bring it up.
So as we talked about a little bit last week, Calvin Austin, he's a good deep threat, right? He is short. Will be serving or has flexibility as well as a punt returner. And he's quick. And as Justin Panic, said for his, or talked about in his most recent episode of Talking Giants, we paid for what we expect, which is mid. We didn't pay him much at all. I mean, 1.5 million is cheap as hell. But here's the thing. So Wan'Dale Robinson last year, right? He was the number 1 guy for the Giants when Malik went down, and he finished with 92 catches, over 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns. He played like a top 10 wideout. In total, he was 9th in receptions, 9th in catches, 25 yards or more, and all those things. But if we really think about it, he was never really seen as a guy that can be a number. Was he the number 1 for the Giants last year? Yes. But he was never the NFL, the media or fans never were like, oh yeah, Wan'Dale Robinson can be a number 1 receiver in the NFL. No one thought of that. No. Right.
We said on this show, he's not a number 1 guy.
He's not a number 1. Is he a fantastic number 2? No doubt about it. But a number 1 kind of just whether it was because of the height issue, whether it's just, he was barely developing into a vertical threat last year. And even that, I still wouldn't.
You also remember last year was Wan'Dale's breakout. The first 3 seasons, there were flashes, but there were also a lot of concerns. He didn't put it together until last year.
Yeah. And again, it was only because Dart had no one else to throw the ball to. Let's be, you could argue that. Theo Johnson was solid too, but then he was dealing with
he had worse drop problems than Slayton last year.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I can recall
the Patriot game alone. He had 4. I know that for a fact.
That pissed me off. He literally had a catchable ball in the end zone. He just dropped that. It was terrible, but with Wan'Dale's, rarely did you hear around the league that he was this respected number 1 guy. So at the end of the day, me and you can agree Tennessee kind of did overpay for a guy who they expect to be the number 1, when in reality he just will not be able to. We don't mean to be a hater, but I don't mean to be a hater, but I just don't think he'll be successful in Tennessee as that number 1 guy. I feel like they need to go get someone else. But
I think he'll be a good receiver. I don't know if he'll be worth the money they gave him.
So 19.5 million is high.
Yeah, I think he'll have. I think he's gonna take a step back next year because this year was such a highlight for him. but I think he'll constant. So what? He had 1,000 yards. I'm trying to think of
barely 1,000.
Barely 1,000 yards this past year. I just want to pull up his stats real quick, so I just get
of course
just a better. Geez, Pro Football Focus, the security thing. No one's hacking your football website,
dude. Yeah, have you noticed that? Yeah,
I've noticed that. Yeah. All right, so I think his numbers will look closer to what they were in like 2024 when he had like 93 receptions, almost had 700 yards and 3 touchdowns. Maybe I think he'll probably have like 750 and like 6-7 touchdowns. No.
Sorry. No. But I see if we had a penalty.
You had a box to be in it.
Yeah, true. But I wanted to mention because it's like with Tennessee's offense, it's kind of uncertain at this point in time, right? I mean, I know Cam Ward will we hope Cam Ward doesn't have a struggling second season in the NFL. But then again, it's like their receiving core is very bleak right now, so a lot of teams can just really solely focus on Robinson.
He's learning a new offense, like it all kind of.
Well, not really, because it's Dable's offense,
right?
Yeah, so it's not really different by any means. But in a new environment.
I was talking about Cam Ward.
Right. Yes. My apologies. Cam Ward will be learning a different offense. It's question marks overall with that, especially now if they get Jeremiah Love at 4, maybe we'll be talking about a different story. But
right, yeah,
that is TV
because you become a run first attack team, and you basically can do the Daniel Jones 2022 offense with Cam Ward as he learns it. Rely heavily on a guy like Love, and then as the season goes along, slowly put more on Cam Ward's plate.
Mm-hmm. I think with them, I know Love for me would be a good pick for them. It's just their receiving core. It gives me a lot of questions. I mean, they re-signed Calvin Ridley, which I'm just like, sure,
yeah.
Sure.
I mean, like it's a low risk, high reward thing with him.
I guess he's okay. Excited for Chimere DK though for them over there. Alec Ayamenor, if he can turn things around, had a okay start to the rookie season last year and then just kind of fell off afterwards. So we'll see what they do in Tennessee. But what I'm trying to say is, at the end of the day, with Calvin Austin, and I know this is a reach, but statistically, my point makes sense. Who's to say Austin can't produce the same way Wan'Dale did if you gave him the same amount of targets and chances? I mean, because they're both short, they're both guys who are slot receivers, but Robinson had 9 catches on 389 targets last year, and Austin had 8 touchdowns and 143 targets last year. Like, if you kind of put it all together, Austin would have 16 touchdowns. He was on pace for 16 touchdowns if he had the same amount of targets as Wan'Dale did, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I know we shouldn't expect much from Austin this upcoming season, but he's not some scrub.
No,
like, he's a guy that
he'll be a solid contributor to his offense. He will be he'll be 3rd or 4th in receiving. Very simple.
He's a guy that will produce, because at the end of the day, you could argue this receiving core that we have right now with Neighbors, Mooney, and Austin is better than Neighbors, Robinson, and Slayton, especially with that last name.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think it's a more like what you're getting with those guys.
Yes.
It's a more like solidified. Like our wide receiver room last year was very boom or bust. Like, oh, well, if Robinson takes the next step like he did, if Slayton can figure out the drop problems, if Theo Johnson takes a step, this wide receiver room is going to be good. This year, it's like, all right, well, we know Neighbors are going to be good. We know Mooney's probably going to be a decent 2. Might have some drops, but you know what? You live with it. We know Austin could be a contributor. We know Likely's going to be great in this offense. There's less question marks, and it's more of, oh, we know that this is going to be this.
Likely to be used as Travis Kelce, according to reports. So that's
good
to
exciting
to see. It is this Giants offense. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this offense performs. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be this run heavy team. that was evident by the signing of Patrick Ricard at fullback. I don't know how defenders are going to be able to handle, Ricard and Scadaboo in that backfield on 3rd and 1s and 4th and 1s and whatnot. It's going to be fun to see. But yeah, at the end, it's going to be this run-heavy team that is going to rely on play action to move the ball down the field. And that's why you're bringing guys like Austin and Mooney, because on those play action plays, you can set them up for go routes or post routes or whatever the case may be, and move the ball and push the ball down the field with Dart at quarterback. So we will see exactly how dependent we are on the run versus the pass come next season, but it's gonna be exciting to see just with the pieces we have right now, with Likely, of course, and Austin and Mooney and Neighbors and Scadaboo getting healthy, and Matt Nagy tailoring this offense around Dart and for Dart. Yeah, I love it. So in terms of signings, otherwise, I mean, we got Jason Pinnock. We talked a little bit about him.
We talked about him last week.
Yeah, we did. He's back. Yeah, he's back. We signed Elijah Campbell from Miami. He's also a depth piece as well at safety. But no, the big signing for the Giants this past couple of days was Mooney. So welcome to the team on a cheap deal, and we'll see if the drop issues will go away. Signs point to them doing so because, again, like Brian mentioned, a bounce back year should be on the way for Mr. Mooney, and it's only going to help this Giants offense. Another player who looks to hopefully have a second chance at performing well in the league is Justin Fields, who was headed to the Kansas City Chiefs for literally just a 2027 6th-round pick. Cheap. Also, the Jets will pay $7 million of the remaining $10 million on his contract, so the Chiefs only have to pay $3 million.
Yeah.
Cheap again. Apparently, yeah, cheap. Apparently, he wanted to continue his career in Kansas City, and they honored that request by turning him there. And the situation and the move makes sense for the Chiefs. I mean, Patrick Mahomes still rehabbing from that knee surgery. He hopes to be ready for the opener, which apparently is an achievable goal. For those who don't remember, he tore his ACL in December of 2025, and week
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. It's 9 months.
9 months. It is kind.
It's about some reason, it's cutting it close, but it's 9 months. It's like 9 months to a year is what ACL recovery normally is.
Like, it's right there, but it is, in my opinion, it feels kind of quick. Like
I would say he's going to miss the first month of the season.
I feel like that's the case because doctors said that apparently doctors are saying it's an achievable goal for him to be ready by week 1. But like it just feels so soon, and it's like
achievable and smart are two different words.
Yeah. Ooh, that's good. That's a good way to put it. Because like at the end of the day, I get it. You want to go out there and play, and the Chiefs would love to be like, okay, Mahomes is our week 1 starter. We have nothing to worry about. But at the end of the day, championships aren't won in September. You know, you would rather kind of try to survive. To start, kind of similar to the Steelers model from a couple years ago, where it's like, oh, Russell Wilson was out to start the season. Okay, Justin Fields.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It is basically the same thing, right? Because Justin Fields on the Chiefs. So it's like, okay, Justin Fields go out there, manage his team, and then just keep us afloat until Wilson comes back. And he did a pretty good job about it. Fields did. So basically, Fields is coming in to do the exact same thing he did for the Pittsburgh Steelers, just now in a better winning environment in the Kansas City Chiefs. And so yeah, he steps in as the backup, basically the top backup. Will be the quarterback.
The QB 1B right now, basically. Because we don't know. It's 1A, 1B. You hope it's Mahomes, but like it's a very reasonable shot. We're watching Justin Fields take meaningful snaps for the Chiefs next year.
If you want to be safe than sorry, you put Fields in for the first 4 games of the year. You let Mahomes fully recover once he feels like he's ready to go and doctors clear him and everything like that. Then you put Mahomes back in. But at this point in time, the best case scenario for the Chiefs is that everything's okay for week 1, and that Fields only has to play in training camp and in the preseason, and just leave it at that. But with Gardner Minshew signing with the Cardinals, out of all teams, weird. And the only quarterback options being Jake Hayner and Chris Odunikon, who have only started 3 games together as combined. Signing Fields was definitely a necessity, no doubt about it. And it's good for Fields too. You put him in a winning environment in Kansas City. Um, but let's be honest, when it comes to Fields specifically, like this was his only chance of staying in the NFL was being the backup because he just as a
Anywhere.
starter, it's dead.
No,
Like
this
he's
is
not.
actually you can make the argument this is Fields' best chance to be a starter is in Kansas City because
Yeah,
there's no
because
really
injury.
other place he could go to that a team I feel would be confident would allow him to be a starter. Going
Mhm.
to Kansas City's like, all right, you have to start me because Mahomes is injured.
Yeah, they have no other choice but to do so. Um, It's just he's not a good quarterback. He just really
No.
isn't. In his career, he's 16-37 as a starter, so he's had chances to prove himself, just hasn't been able to do so. Last year went 2-7 as the starting quarterback for the Jets. He was 31st out of 36 quarterbacks in total QBR at 37.3. Had 7 touchdown passes, 1 interception, so he didn't turn the ball over. But he only had over 1,200 passing yards, including 505 in his last 5 starts.
He cannot be a starting quarterback anymore, but he can be I think in short sample sizes, he can be a game manager. Like we saw in Pittsburgh, those first couple of games, he looked solid. He looked fine. Those games in Pittsburgh got him the contract to be a starter with the New York Jets.
Yeah. In terms of what the Chiefs offense will look like, it seems like running the ball has been the theme of this episode today. We talked about, the Giants being a run heavy team.
That offense runs through Kenneth Walker. Even if Patrick Mahomes is
Oh,
healthy
yeah.
week 1, it's going to run through Kenneth Walker because they're
Yeah.
going to try to put less pressure on Mahomes and really get him back. Because even with how quick ACL injuries are, every player tells you your first year off ACL surgery is like, I don't want to get your feet wet. You have to relearn everything. And year
It's a waiting
2
period.
is really when you can ramp up and be that all-star again.
Yeah. It's going to take some time for him to really get back to his true
It's
self.
I don't want to say a trial period because but it's like I'm not looking. I don't know what the right word I'm looking for is, but it's like you have training wheels on again. It's like you're re-establishing you're refining yourself as a player.
That's probably the best way of putting it. I can't think of any other better way than that, to be honest.
It's like, all right, how's my knee going to respond? Like, you could do practice and all that stuff, but until you're in game action, you do not know how's that knee going to respond when I cut, when I make sudden, jukes and movements and throwing power, all that sort of stuff.
Like you just have to be put in different situations, and I think with Mahomes, I don't think he'll truly feel comfortable again until, like you mentioned, in his second year from the ACL injury or late in, like next season, after getting some games under his belt, and whatnot. But that is, we'll see how that goes. But with Fields, it's like, again, at best case scenario for them, he's this really good game manager who can run the football.
And that's all they need. That's all they need.
They don't need too much from him. They really don't. Just don't lose. As long as he doesn't lose them the game, that is perfectly fine with them. Doesn't matter how many, how much, stats he puts up or whatnot, or how good he is as a passer or whatever the case may be. As long as he keeps him in games and just hands the ball off to Kenneth Walker, or Brashard Smith or whoever is at running back, I feel like they're going to be okay. Now, they hopefully he doesn't have to start when the games actually matter, because again, games really don't necessarily matter as much in September versus, November or December. But it's a good move for Kansas City to have an established option at their quarterback. I really can't think off the top of my head about any other quarterbacks that would have been a better option than Fields, that were out there in the market for them to sign. But Fields, this is his last shot to just be in there, because otherwise, I don't
even think it's his last. I mean, I think it's his last shot to prove
as a starter. Sorry, yes.
No, I think it's his last shot to prove he'd be like a Tyrod Taylor type quarterback in this league, like that veteran, that journeyman veteran that bounces around, gets the spot starts here and there. If he struggles with Kansas City, I don't even think teams would take the shot on him to be like I think teams like his only shot would be like the team like the Cowboys, who's like, all right, Dak Prescott's not going down, or the Chargers, Justin Fields not going down, Bo Nix is not going down. It's stuff like that.
Basically, be subjected to being a clipboard guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's going somewhere like, all right, this quarterback is playing. He's playing 16 games. You're not seeing the field, and if you see the field, we are screwed.
Or we're up by 40 and we're just going to put you in for fun.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, remember Justin Fields was the quarterback? Well, here he is, folks.
Here he is. Well, apparently,
that's right. He is still in the league.
I tell you what, I'll add on to the best case scenario. So not only is he a solid game manager until Mahomes comes back, but maybe, just maybe, when Mahomes is back, Fields is in at certain times to just run the ball.
Like Wildcat?
Yeah, I know. Well, like maybe they have a certain package for him that they can run.
Yeah.
Because
the assumption is you're not going to be able to run a lot of QB draws or like do a lot of scrambling plays with Mahomes. So yeah, maybe Fields picks that up this year and is that kind of Wildcat. All right, we're going to be more mobile with Fields in this play.
Yeah,
it fits. So maybe
that's better. Exactly. So maybe that's part of the new offense that she's wanted to run. So maybe that's another addition to the best case scenario. We'll have to see. So good signing good trade for the Chiefs. For the Jets, again, it's a 2027 pick. Like we're in 2026 still. It's kind of far. Plus it was a 6th round.
Yeah,
6th round.
It's just the Jets trying to dump his contract.
Yeah. That's exactly what we're trying to do with Darius Slayton. Give us a 2028 pick. I'll be happy. I don't really.
I told you, stock the soda machines. Don't even stock our soda machines. Don't even stock the fan soda machines.
Hell no, they should stock the fan soda machines.
If a team drove to MetLife Stadium and just dropped a pack of beer on the front step and said, "Give us Darius Slayton for this," I honestly think we should seriously consider that offer.
Yeah, I know you'll take it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I wouldn't even get the beer. I'd be like, all right, you know what?
Go there, buy Slayton.
Good for our front office. They had a fun Friday.
I know, good riddance. We all get drunk and celebrate the move. But like, no offense to you, Darius. Like, you're a great person. You're a great teammate. You were a good team captain at one point. We just can't.
Did you see the guy on Twitter that was defending Darius Slayton the other day?
Oh, how?
He said that if you think Darius Slayton sucks and he's not a good receiver for the Giants, you're a casual. That's what he said. He had the comments were some of the funniest I've ever read in my entire life. Someone goes, "I've been watching the Giants for 60 years. I was there in the 60s. I was there for the first miracle at the Meadowlands. I was there. I have never seen a worse player in my life than Darius Slayton.
Darius Slayton.
Don't you dare call me a casual." I'm like, damn, this is a guy going through some PTSD right now.
I have to agree with him. We've seen our fair share of Giants football.
Yeah, we saw the miracle at the Meadowlands too.
We did. Matt Dodge, man, she should have put it out of bounds. Okay, was it really that hard? Like, did you really have to just put it up there for Deshaun Jackson to return the damn ball?
We shouldn't have blown a 31-7 lead or whatever it was.
Fair. We've gone through so much as Giants fans, man. I know it's not as bad as like other teams.
Yeah, like every so often, like will pop up, like, tell me your worst sports memory. It's always like, how much time you got?
Ooh,
because I can't limit it to one.
All those 60-yard field goals in the dying seconds.
It's like, I don't know, the Eagles game, the 2015 World Series, the 2014 Stanley Cup. Like, we really want to keep going here? I don't.
There's a bunch of things. Let's see. For me,
the 2020 college football championship game, not championship game. Oh, actually, the 2012 college championship, the 2013 national championship game, the 2024 national championship game, the 2020 playoff game against Bama. They just ran over us.
You got some sports trauma today, my friend. A lot of sports.
I told you how much time you got.
Maybe we do our top
2016
5
wildcard game.
Oh God, I can't say the same for myself, really, because Lakers. Oh no, well, not really, because we do have 16 championships.
The entire Mickey Callaway era of the New York Mets.
Mickey Callaway, who's that?
He was our manager from 2017, 2018. That just
Bro,
sucked.
that was a chick, bro.
He batted out of order. The Mets batted out of order because of him. Because he wrote the lineup down wrong when he gave it to the umpires.
So was it instead of 1 through 9, it was 9 through 1? That was
no. He flipped. So he on the. So I forgot exactly who people involved were, but like let's just use the Mets lineups. Let's say his batting order was Lindor, Soto, Bichette. Was this like 1, 2, 3?
Sure.
But the lineup he gave to the umpires said Lindor, Bichette, Soto.
Oh, so the order was all messed up and
stuff. So the Mets have one batting order in their dugout. The ump had a batting order, and the ump goes, "Wait a minute, hang on here."
Like, which one is right, mine or yours?
Here.
I know. Like, which one's right, mine or yours?
I like watching. I remember where I was. I was in U.S. Civics, and I was watching the game on a Chromebook, back of the class. 80-year-old teacher just rambling on about something. And I'm watching this game on mute, and just everyone's saying, I'm like, what the hell is going on in this game right now? I can't figure it out. I'm like, the Mets have a runner on second and like a batter up, and now everyone's out? What's happening here?
Yeah, like, how does this make sense?
So until later on, and I'm like, oh, that's what happened.
You have one job as a manager.
What do you mean we bat out order? And then it like clicked. I'm like, oh, that's what all the standing around was during civics class.
As a manager, it's like you have one job. You know, speaking of managers, and this is actually a good segue to the WBC. I'm sorry, man, but first off, yeah, Fox telling us it was our fault that Mark DeRosa didn't know the rules, which is an A-class job in journalism. Well, I mean, we had fair criticism of Mark DeRosa. He did not know the rules. He really, it doesn't, like, how do you not know? Like, how are you after the conclusion of the game against is such, oh my God, the downfall of that man needs to be studied. I would say back in 2016, I would have said he was on par with the likes of Passan and like Woj and Schefter of like when Ken Rosenthal reports it, I believe it. Now I'm like, Ken Rosenthal's a joke. He is kind of an a-hole, to be honest. He is. Like, oh my God, he is. Remember the video? I think we all know the video that where he accidentally hit someone and the guy fell down. He kind of gave him that stare. Like, how dare you touch me? Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, bro, first off, you're not all that. You're a reporter. Second, like, it was not like he tried to hit you. Like, you ran into him and he fell down. Like, yeah. I just don't know why he would be mad at someone he ran into. He ran into. He's a pompous, arrogant D-bag is what he is. Yeah. So no one even likes him anymore. But no, like Mark DeRosa, man. Like, I'm sorry, but as a manager, you have one job. Really? You really didn't know that despite the loss, or that you didn't know that you still might not go? Yeah, like, come on, dude. Again, is it easy having to manage these star MLB players that are on certain, restrictions? Yes. But dude, it's not easy. It's not. Yeah, it's not easy. Sorry, my apologies to do all that. But to not know that a spot in the quarterfinals, you were celebrating like you clinched. Yeah, like, dude. First, you lost to Italy, which you're not supposed to do, so you should already be upset at that. But you're over here partying with your staff, drinking and stuff. Like, bro. You saw the Independent quote, right? What he said the other day? I did not. I tweeted this out. The USA has yet to dive into the data on the DR hitters. Granted, this is like, it didn't matter. We pitched actually really good against the DR. I'm not going to lie, pitching coach Andy Pettitte said, I've been underwater trying to get ready for all these games. Bro is admitting, I don't know what I'm doing. Again, it's to the point where I really do not think we deserve to be in the championship game. If we get her... I mean, no, we clearly do deserve to be in the championship game. We beat the teams in front of us. Yeah, but it's like... the level of preparation, the stupidity of the manager. I mean, honestly, it just shows how good the roster is, that in spite of Doofus, Beavis and Butthead running the team,
We're the championship game.
That is true. That is true. Are we getting about the skin of our teeth? Sure. But they don't ask you how you do it. They don't ask you how you do it. It's how many wins you got or whatever how that saying goes. And the U.S. is in the finals as they are taking on Venezuela.
By the way, if you're Canada, like, do you ever just like want to just surrender to us at some point?
They should allow us to take over their
and this is even a political thing. Like, you lost the women's world gold to us, you lost the men's gold to us, you lost the baseball to us, and then you lost the sled hockey thing to us. You just lose. You guys, you didn't see this, the Paralympics.
Oh,
the U.S. Paralympic sled hockey team won gold 6-3 over Canada again.
Hell yeah,
the U.S. pulled off the hat trick of gold medals.
Yeah. No, Canada. I had to break to you boys, but
they're down bad.
Yeah, even in basketball.
How does it feel to be a perennial loser to us? To be our little, like, you are just like the little kid that we just constantly pick on and just beat up.
And it will continue once the Summer Olympics come around, when there's basketball, when there's football.
Yeah,
we gonna
every time we beat Canada now, I just laugh. Like, I still watch compilation videos of Canadians reacting. Like, there was a video of Canadians reacting to the sled hockey team loss, and they're like, they can't keep doing this to us.
Like, you would think at least
that mean they can't keep getting away with this.
Because it's like, you would think, like, at least can they get something? They would get one win and something against us, but they really can't.
We played Canada in 4 different events over the past month, and they've lost all 4 of them. The only one they won was curling, and there are allegations that they cheated during that curling match.
Dog. No, that can't be true, bro.
I swear to God, I'm not even making this. I didn't look into it.
That's
like,
true.
Who the hell cares about curling? It's not the Olympics anymore. I'm gonna pretend to stop caring.
It's still an Olympic sport, and if they have to cheat their ways.
Okay, it's an Olympic sport, but if you gave me 4 years to train for it, I guarantee you I could go win bronze.
I still don't understand the whole. I'm not gonna do. I was doing the movement, but that looked very wrong on camera. But like the movement of them having to.
It's like the friction thing. It's something with friction in science.
Sure, that's for the physics people to teach me one day. No, if there's a day where I'm
scientist that watches the show, can you please explain to us how the rock works?
We will welcome you to the 3rd and 10 podcast to talk about physics.
See, my physics teacher was a great man named, I'm not going to say his name, but he was retiring at the end of the year, so he just stopped caring. We would have these. It's like, I don't know how your high school works. My high school had labs, so like you always had you have science and then like gym after it, but like
yes.
However your rotation went, every so many days we had like a lab day where like your science class actually turned into 2 science, like 2 blocks for science. So instead of going to gym that day, you did science and you did science again. So like it's a longer class. My teacher gave up those days. He goes, all right, today we're going to do a worksheet and then we're going to watch a movie. I'm like, bet.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
No, we watched the movie on the Apollo missions. They were awesome.
That is.
And like, not like documentaries, like an HBO like movie, like
like a movie.
There was an HBO series that Tom Hanks made called From Earth to, like it's like From Earth to the Moon or something like that. It's a very well done. It's kind of like you ever seen Band of Brothers? It's like that. It's a historical documentary about the event. It's historical. It's like a TV show with historical characters about the moon landing. It was awesome. It was awesome because I didn't have to do work. I'm like, awesome. We're gonna watch this. I'll watch this. I'll watch this all day.
Anyone will take a movie day over doing some worksheet.
There's this one girl. She's like, we're gonna watch a stupid, boring space video. Like, shut up, because we're gonna watch this. I don't gotta do stuff for an hour.
There's always that one person in the class, bro, where it's like, where's the homework at? Like, bro,
But she wasn't even one of those. She was just mad we were watching a boring video. I'm like, shut up. Who cares?
Would you rather do that or do a worksheet, bro? Like, it makes whatever.
Yeah, bro.
It makes no sense. All right, tell me, what do we need to know about tonight's matchup between the U.S. and Venezuela, my friend?
All right, so U.S. and Venezuela tonight. So we got Noel McLean looking for a little bounce back after getting roughed up in Italy against Eduardo Rodriguez. Good thing for the U.S. Rodriguez also got banged up a little bit in his WBC debut. His last appearance, he gave up 3 runs in 2 1/3 innings, gave up 2 home runs in that as well. Granted, it was against DR, which was one of the best offense we've ever seen, but we know we shut it down. Some question marks about our bullpen tonight. We don't know if David Bednar or Mason Miller are going to go. They're still kind of iffy with the amount of their workload and stuff. I think Miller, it would be Bednar. It'd be his 5th outing in 6 days, something like that. Miller, it's his 3rd and 5, so they don't know if they're going to push him like that or not. But very simple. We need to keep Acuna, Garcia, and Ariz quiet because those are the only guys in Venezuela's lineup doing any sort of production. You keep those guys quiet, that offense is going to be silent all night. And Team USA's lineup's finally got to break out. We've seen flashes, we've seen glimpses, but we need just an offensive showing that we've been missing all game. If we can put up 5 or 6 runs, quickly, wraps. Very similar to how we beat Puerto Rico in 2017, where we scored 6 runs quick. We basically got to repeat that model, and we can win this tournament. I think we're going to win. I think it's going to be a 6-2 victory over Venezuela.
Okay. Yeah, I like your point about the offense having a breakout because it's we know they were pretty dominant during pool play.
But even then, I think it's they weren't that dominant. The Brazil game, sure, they scored 15 runs. 7 of them came in the 8th or 9th inning when the Brazilian pitcher was throwing, nothing out there. Was throwing, just lob balls in there and just had nothing in that tank. It took us 5 innings to get going against Great Britain,
Yeah, which is not what you want to see.
It took us 6 innings to get it going against Italy. We're down 8-0 in Italy at one point.
You want to get off to a good start early tonight. I think,
you want a fast start. We don't want to be playing catch up.
No, you don't. So, it's gonna be fun to see. We'll see if the U.S. Pulls it off, and or if not, and it'll be a good game, no doubt about it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, wrap things up. March Madness, tip it off on Thursday. We'll talk a lot more about it for sure. No, our next show is Friday, so we won't be talking about it. We'll talk about
we'll be reacting to the Thursday and then going because the show starts at noon that Friday. They'll name, so we should have some live reactions to the games going on.
Yeah, first round tipping off on this Thursday. Number 1 seeds are as follows: Duke, Arizona, Michigan, and Florida.
My team is playing Duke.
Yes, first off, congratulations to your boys in Siena College.
Very exciting to see that, but I was oh my God, we got to go play Duke.
It's hey, Ryan, congratulations. Guess what, Duke?
Me and my group, my friends, my best friends were all texting. We're oh God. One friend went, I was going to call off work. I'm not doing that now.
It's hold on. I'm putting on my brackets. I have
I had old school. I got paper bracket in front of me.
I did my bracket through the Underdog Fantasy app. Shout out to your boys over there, Underdog. Yo. Let me see here. Where is it? So where is it? Oh yeah, it's I meant we just talked about Siena right now, but it's congratulations, Long Island. You're facing Arizona in the first round. That's I
have Arizona winning the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah,
okay, I have. Who did I pick? Kansas over Arizona for me. I think Darren Peterson. He's been criticized for most of the season in regards to his work ethic and whatnot. But I do think he's obviously a talented player. Kansas has a lot of talented players, whether it's Council, Badunga, especially Badunga. I love Badunga. Great, solid big man down there for them as well.
Which is a hysterical name.
Of what? Floyd Badunga?
Badunga's so funny to say.
It is, yeah.
Badunga's a very fun name to say.
Yeah, it is. Plus, he's a good player to place entries on. So he's pretty dependable. Rebounding. No, sir. Not over here. No, I have Kansas winning it all. My dark horse, though, to make a Cinderella run. Who is it? Iowa.
Iowa. I like that.
Iowa.
I
I
have
have them
St.
making the
John's.
Elite Eight.
My St. John's is my big one. I got them. Going to the Elite.
Ooh.
I'm going with the Elite Eight.
Okay.
And I thought St. John's was underseeded, if we're being honest. I don't know how UConn got 2. I watched that Big East tournament game. St. John's looked like a far better team. I thought they should be a 3 or 4 at least.
Rick Pitino, baby, doing good
Pitino, yeah, he did great. Another team to watch, if you want a good upset pick, Hofstra. Hofstra is a very good team to pick right now.
Hot.
Yeah, because Alabama, they didn't look great in the SEC. He's on his audio only. Hofstra didn't. Alabama didn't look great against Georgia, and their number 2 scorer, Aiden Holloway, just got arrested for felony drug charges.
Whoa!
Perfect so they offense relies a lot on like fast-paced play, and like a lot of separation. That's something you don't get unless you like play in that system a lot. So trying to fill holes is not going to work well. You know, we got Cruz Davis, who is averaging 20 points a game, 4 assists for Hofstra. He's a 3-level scorer with elite instincts, proven ability. Then the freshman, Preston Emid, who's an elite secondary person, so they can't put all their defense on Davis. I think those two are going to cause a lot of havoc for Alabama. It's going to be a long day. Hofstra's my big upset pick.
Bama. Who do they have? They have Falon.
They had Holloway. Holloway was like their one of their best scorers, and he's got felony drug charges against him.
Perfect timing. Just like really, man.
Yesterday, like, could you imagine?
We couldn't find a better day to get arrested. Okay, that's
maybe totally I don't know. Wrong. Don't get arrested for felony drug charges. I don't know.
Just stay out of trouble. You know, simple as that.
Yeah. Don't be stupid.
I'm looking at my bracket right now. Bennett Sturt's one of the best shooters in the country. From 3-point land, he's someone to keep an eye on for sure. Who else do I have? Miami. I have them making the Elite Eight as well. Iowa State is a team that I expect to make the Elite Eight as well as a 2 seed. Who else do I have?
Yeah, I have Iowa State in the Elite Eight too.
Yeah, they're a good team. They got Jefferson, they got Lipsy over there.
So what's your final 4? Just say your final 4.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, for time's sake. Kansas, UNC, Arizona, and Iowa State.
Okay, I have Michigan State, Houston, Arizona, Michigan.
Okay. Michigan has that Luxembourg guy. Yeah. They're a good team.
Michigan was doing a lot of stuff the Big Ten and that since like the 50s. I know they didn't look great against Purdue on Sunday, but they're just a really solid team overall.
Oh yeah,
it's just an off day for them to not win the Big Ten championship.
Oh yeah, better to lose then, during then than now, in the tournament. So, but yeah. It's gonna be a fun tournament once again. Look forward to see who hoists the trophy at the end of the day. We'll see if there's a 16 seed that takes on a 1 seed. Would it be if Siena does?
If Siena does, you may not hear from me on Friday.
Yeah, well, if we obviously do have a show, you'll definitely lead the way. If Siena does take down the blue.
I might be doing it live from the Siena campus.
That would be cool.
It's only 2 hours. It's like, it's not a far drive to go party.
You can do it. It'd be a fun episode to record if we decide to do one. If Siena does take down Duke, but yeah, it's gonna be a good March Madness tournament. And with that being said, I'll do it for another episode of the 3rd and 10 podcast. Season 3, episode 85 is now in the books. A lot of football talk today. There was a Jalen Waddle trade. Darnell Mooney signing with the Giants. Justin Fields traded to Kansas City. We also mixed in some baseball talk with the WBC and then ending it with March Madness. And Marquise Brown signed with the Philadelphia Eagles. Good for you guys. That does not mean a thing. With that being said, you can find us on social media. Maybe. If it is,
it's really just stoking that fire. Just love it.
Yeah, we really are. Which is fun to do. here on our show. I tell you that. But you can follow us on social media as always. You can follow me at Nathan_New124. You can follow Brian here at BrianPG1016. You can follow our podcast page at Third and 10 Podcast on TikTok and Third and 10 Pod on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find my article work, Brian's article work, and all of our other amazing writers and podcasters at bellyupsports.com. Also, if you want the audio version of this show, you can get it on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And our YouTube channel is still active as well. That's where you can find our full episodes in collaboration with Belly Up Sports. And then shout out to our sponsor, SeatGeek. Use the code Belly Up Sports for $20 off your first purchase. Restrictions do apply and whatnot, and all the fun things. We'll be back on Friday to hopefully discuss the USA defeating Venezuela. We'll see if the Giants pull off any more moves. I think we're kind of done at this point in time.
I heard that we're still going. I heard we're still active.
I wonder who we bring. Well,
I don't know.
What if we bring in next?
I don't know what it could be unless they're trade. The next big thing would be a Thibodeau trade. So that could be the one thing I see us still doing.
Or bring a guard. Maybe bring in some guard.
I would love a guard, but I don't think they're gonna.
No, I think we're really dead set on not signing a guard. Which is kind of.
I think we could trade Thibs and maybe sign another edge rusher or like a more rotational depth edge rusher. You know, a better role in Thibodeau.
Maybe Calais Campbell. I heard as a popular name out there. 40 years old, but he can still get the job done as a run stopper. Could be a good veteran option for this Giants team. We'll see how that goes. And we'll talk more NFL and whatever news comes out within the next couple of days. But for Brian, I'm Nate. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to us as always. We'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day and thank you for watching. Bye.